Hi everyone, this is Ravi Shankar and today I am going to talk about how to configure firewall in Rails 7. So in Rails 7 there is a new concept, Firewall D. This is a default method in Rails 7 to manage host level firewall. So previously we were using IP tables or IP6 tables or EB tables to manage the services. Those things are also here. So either you can manage the firewall using IP tables, EB tables or IP6 tables or Firewall D. So all the services are also available here. But it's a better practice to mask those services because there may be chance some old admin come onto the my system and they will use IP tables. Suppose I am using Firewall D, my old admin is using IP tables or EB tables or IP6 tables, so there may be chance of conflicting. By default these services are not running and it's disabled at startup time. But it is a very better practice to mask those services. So first let me mask those services. See, for the firewall lab, I have 3 machines: server 1, station 1, and station 2. So I am going to first work on server 1. So to configure and manage firewall, I need to log in as root user. So I am switching as root. I am supplying password. Now let me show you what is the default status of IP tables or IP6 tables or EB tables. Systemctl, status and IP tables. See, by default, so I have previously masked the service, but by default it is not masked. Let me show you on another machine. By default these services are not masked. Sorry. Let me show you on this machine. I need to supply the right password. Systemctl, status and IP tables. See, these things are loaded, but it's disabled at boot time and the state is inactive. If you wish to see IP6 tables, see the same status is there, and now systemctl, status, EB tables. See. So by mistake there may be chance any admin can start the service, any admin can create a rule. So you need to mask these services. So how you will mask the service? Let me show you. Systemctl, mask and IP tables. And what is the status of Firewall D? This is a default method. That means by default it's running. Let me show you status and Firewall D. See, it's active and running since 1 hour 35 minutes ago. So how you will mask the services? Systemctl, mask and IP tables, IP6 tables and EB tables. So if accidentally any admin will try to start IP tables or IP6 table or EB tables, it will display a message. Let me try to start systemctl start IP tables. See, it's displaying message failed to issue method call unit IP table services masks. So you should mask those services. So see, let me show you on this machine as well. I need to log in as root. Systemctl, status, IP tables. IP6 tables and EV tables. So how you will mask the service? The command will be systemctl mask and IP tables, IP6 tables and EV tables. So see, actually I have masked the service, IP table service. That's why it is displaying masked. So in Firewall, see, the Firewall D has a new concept of zones. So Firewall D separates all incoming traffic into zones. So there may be a question in your mind, what is actually zones? So see, zones is a basically profile. You can say it's a profile or a zone having its own set of rules to check which zone to use to incoming connection. See, let me show you how many zones are there and what are the default configuration of zones and what is default zone. So the command, see, you can configure or view the information of zones primarily by 3 ways. So the first one is I am writing firewall -cmd, right? And this is a part. This is an installation part of Firewalld D package. Firewalld D package. See, by default this package is installed. So this is actually part of Firewall CMD command is part of Firewalld D package. Second is, sorry, I have mistyped there. Firewall, no, it's okay. Firewall -cmd. Firewall config is another way. It will open a graphical tool. To manage firewall. But this, see, firewall config is a part of firewall config package. See, firewall CMD is a part of Firewalld D package, whereas firewall -config is a part of firewall config package. And the third method is directly modify the configuration file, which is not a good practice. If you wish, you can modify the configuration file as well. Firewall D is a directory, and inside this directory there is a configuration file. So first I am going to let you know the zone information or basic information using GUI tool. So I need to write here firewall. Sorry, firewall -config. I have mistyped here. Firewall should be here. A is missing here. So I am pressing enter here. See, displaying zone. This is a zone information. See here, it has mentioned a Firewalld D zone define the level of trust for network connection, interface, and source address bound to the zone. The zone combines service, port, protocol, masquerading, ports, packet forwarding, SCMP filters, and rich rules. So we will talk about all these things. The zone can be bound to interface and source address. So these are the zones. By default, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zones are there, and the default zone is public. That's why it is highlighted. And here is a list of predefined services. So these are the services, and these are the ports which is by default allowed. Here is a module, here is a destination. So if you will see, this is a block having their own set of things, DMZ, every zone having their own set of configurations. So here is a port, masquerading is here, port forwarding, ICMP filter, rich rule, interface. sources is here. So if you wish, you can configure or do things using GUI as well, but I am going to let you know everything using command line. See, here is default zone public. It has mentioned default zone is public and lockdown is disabled, panic mode is disabled. So you should turn on panic mode actually. When there will be a critical situation, only we need to enable panic mode. It's a lockdown currently and default zone is public. And see, this is a configuration of runtime. If you suppose if you have made any change and you want to make it permanently, then you need to select from configuration window here permanent. Then it will be permanent. Right? See, here is it. If you wish, you can add plus, you can create a zone as well. Getting? Please configure base zone setting. So we will do these labs also. So in this manner you can manage your firewall using GUI. So airport is, masquerading is here. So we will talk about everything one by one. So I am going to close the firewall configuration window. Now suppose I don't know anything about how to configure or manage firewall. So help is always there, or main page is always there. So I am writing here firewall -cmd and pressing enter. That's it. See, displaying usage C firewall -cmd main page. So I am writing here main firewall -cmd. You need to only remember the basic things, not all the options or all the argument required to remember. See, it's a Firewalld D command line client. Here is an option, status option. Status option may be state reload, complete reload. Permanent option is there. Suppose you are changing some information and you wish to set it permanently, then you need to specify permanent. Zone option is there. If you wish, you can get the zone information, set zone information, permanent get zone information. So, and here will be some example as well. So if you are facing any problem, there is some example. Let me show you the examples. See the examples. Examples should be, see, here is example, firewall sim D happen add service, how you will add service, and here is the description as well. So I am going to let you know, but some of the examples are here. With this example you can understand. So I am going to do exit from here. Now let me see what is the state of firewall actually. So the command will be firewall -cmd state. See, the current state, it's running. So let me stop the firewall and let me see then what it displaying. Systemctl stop firewall. Now I am executing the same command. See, displaying it's not running. Now I am going to start the service so that we can perform the lab. Sorry, start Firewalld D service is masked. By mistake, I think I have masked the Firewalld D service, but by default it's not masked. Systemctl unmask. See, if the service is masked, you need to unmask it before using it. Otherwise, it will not work. Unmask and Firewalld D. See, systemctl start Firewalld D service. Let me see. Systemctl status Firewalld CMD service. It's masked. I need to unmask first. Systemctl unmask and Firewalld CMD service. Now it has unmasked. Now let me start the let me see the status. Now I need to start the service. I have by mistake masked the service. By default it is not masked. And now let me show you status. It's active and running. So firewall happen cmd happen state. Now it's running, and if I will stop the service, it will display it's not running. Let me show you stop. I am writing stop. Now let me execute the command. See, it's not running. Again, if I will start, it will display it's running. So the basic command is like firewall happen cmd happen get and press tab. That's it. Get active zones. It will display which zone is active currently. Say displaying public, and public zone having interface this. So in the same manner, if you wish to firewall cmd happen get and press tab, here is the options. What is my default zone? So I need to write here happen get default zone. Say displaying the default zone is public. So if you wish to know how many zones are there, so the command will be happen get zones. Firewall happen cmd happen get zones. See, the zone is block, DMZ, drop, external, home, internal, public, trusted, work. So every zone having their own set of configuration. Let me show you. Firewall happen cmd. So my default zone is public. We came to know using this command. So firewall cmd, I am writing here happen list all. It will display the information, detailed information about your default zone only. See, displaying the information of public because my default zone is public. So if I wish to know about block zone, so you need to write here happen zone. If you will not specify zone, it will retrieve the information of default zone only. So now I am writing here block. So it will display the information of block zone. See, there is no any interface attached with this zone. If I will write, let me see, the another zone is DMZ. See, by default there is a one predefined service, that is SSH. Drop is there, drop zone is also there. So in this way you can view the zone information. There is one more command by which you can view all the zones with detailed information as well. Firewall happen cmd happen list, press tab here, list all and zones. See, this command will let you know all the detailed information of all the zones. See, it has retrieved all the zone information. See, block having this set of configuration, DMZ zone having this set of configuration, drop zone having this set of configuration, external zone having, see, it has a predefined services SSH, as well as masquerade is by default enabled on external zone. Home having DHCP v6 client enabled, internet printing protocol client is enabled, MDNS is multicast DNS is enabled, Samba client is enabled, SSH is enabled, internal having their own set of configuration, and see, public here is mentioned, it is default and it's active, and the interface participating in this zone is the interface name, the services list, and here is trusted, here is your work. So every zone having their own profile on which they actually works. So now there may be question in your mind how to change zone. So firewall happen CMD happen list happen all zones. First let me see the zones. So I'm writing get all zones. It will then only display name. Get all. Let me firewall CMD happen get zones. And what is my default zone? The command will be firewall happen CMD happen get happen default zone. See, my default zone is public. And what is allowed in public zone? Firewall happen CMD happen list happen all. And I am writing happen zone. Although this is not required. If we will specify the zone, then it will retrieve the specific information from that zone only. See, this zone is allowing SSH. That means we can do SSH from client system. So let me try to do SSH. So the command SSH root at the rate of 192.168.10.25. But this is the IP address of my server machine. Let me show you, verify you the IP address. IP ADDR. See, 10.254 is IP address. Now let me try to do SSH. Yes. Now I am supplying the password. It's working. Need to supply the password. Now let me try to do the SSH root at the rate of 192.168.10.254. It's working because SSH is allowed. The SSH service is allowed, that's why it's working. Now what I am going to do, I am going to change the zone. Now I am setting zone block. So the command will be firewall happen CMD happen permanent happen add happen zone, sorry, happen set happen default. Let me remove the permanent option. Happen set default zone. Now I specify the zone name. I am writing block. Now see what is the default zone. See, the default zone is block. And what is the configuration of default block zone? Firewall happen CMD happen list happen all. See, displaying block and it's default and active, and see, no service is allowed. That means not try to access the, not try to do SSH from client computer. It should not allow the service. I am executing the same command. See, connection to host port 22, no route to host. Let me try to show you. It's not working. But if I will allow the service, then it will work. So let me show you how you will add the service. See, here is a block and one more zone is there related to blocking the service. Block and drop. See, both do the same things, but the difference between these is block will reply a message, whereas drop will drop the packet. Let me change it to drop. I am writing drop. Now let me show you. See, the default zone is drop and no services is allowed in this zone. So now let me try. See, previously it was displaying a message, connection to host, no route to host. Now if I am executing the same command, see, there is no any reply coming from the requested server. So this is a difference between block and drop. So it will drop the packet, it will do nothing. So now suppose this is a, by default I have configured the zone as a drop. Now I want to allow a particular service. So how you will add a service? So the command will be firewall happen CMD happen add happen service and then service name. I am writing SSH. So I am pressing enter here. See, I haven't specified happen permanent. So if I will reload the configuration, reload the firewall, it will disappear. So let me show you first whether, see, it's there. Now the client will be able to do SSH. See, it's appearing automatically because of I have added the SSH service. Getting? Supply the password. I have tapped the password. See, it's working because of I have added the service. So in this manner you can add a service. You can, if you wish, you can remove as well service. Let me show you. It's able to access. Now let me show you how to remove a service. See, because I haven't specified here happen permanent, and if I will reload the configuration, reload the firewall, it will automatically remove. Let me show you. Firewall happen cmd happen reload. See, SSH is there. Now it will disappear because of I haven't specified happen permanent. So now I am adding service happen cmd happen add happen permanent happen add service. I am writing SSH. Now see, if you have added permanently, you need to reload the configuration, otherwise it will not appear. So the command will be firewall happen cmd happen reload. Now it must be there in the list. So in this manner you can add a service. Now if you wish to remove a service, so the command will be happen remove. Instead of add, let me write firewall happen cmd happen remove service and service name. See, if I will execute this command, it will remove the service for runtime only. If you wish to remove it permanently, you need to write here happen permanent, because I have added the SSH service permanently, so I need to also specify happen permanent, so that it will remove permanently. Now I need to reload the configuration. Reload. Now it must not be there in the list. So now I am going to change the zone to public again. So the command will be firewall cmd happen set default zone and public. Firewall happen cmd happen reload. Happen list all. See, now my default zone is public. So if you wish to add, suppose by default repository is configured on this system. Let me verify. Yum repo list. Yes, it's working. Let me clean all the information. Yum clean all, and let me try to view the repo list. See, repository server is configured on this machine. So let me verify whether it's allowed in firewall or not. By default, FTP is not allowed in public zone. So let me see whether I have enabled it or not. See, the FTP is not allowed, and I have configured the repository server using FTP. I think yes. So let me verify and pm query vs FTPD. Yes, if FTP is appearing, and that means vs FTP is installed. Now I am going to check whether I am able to access the resource of FTP server from client machine. See, FTP is not here, then it should not allow. Let me verify it from client side. So let me check whether it is configured repo client or not. yum.repo.d. See, it's working. Now yum repo list. See, it's displaying trying other mirror. No root to host. But let's try to ping. Ping 192.168.10.254. It's working. It's able to access. It's replying. That means communication is happening. Let me try from here. Ping 192.168.10.254. It's working. And let's try to access the resource of FTP server. See, communication is happening, but see, let me see, there is some cache information that's why it's appearing. I'm going to clear the cache and then see what happens. I'm going to need not to close the browser. I'm going to close this tab only. Now I'm trying to access the resource of FTP. It's not, see, here is a message unable to connect. Firefox cannot establish a connection to the server at this address. Let me try on another machine as well. Or if you wish, you can write yum repo list as well. By default, I have configured the repo client on all these machines. Now let me try to do FTP. See, unable to connect. Now if I will add service in the firewall, in the zone list, let me show you firewall happen cmd, happen list, happen all. See, FTP is not here, that's why the client is not able to access the resource of FTP server. So now I am going to add service firewall happen cmd, happen permanent, happen add, and press tab. It displays what you can add here. Add service, I am writing FTP. Because I have specified happen permanent, I need to reload the configuration, otherwise it will not appear in the list. Firewall happen cmd, happen list, happen. See, it's not displaying here. I need to reload. Now it must be there in the list. Now let me press enter here. See, it's able to retrieve. And what about the repository? Let me try yum repo list. See, it's retrieving the information on this machine as well. Yum repo list. It's retrieving the information. So this is how you will add a service in your zone. So if you will not specify any zone, it will add the services, or whatever you are doing will be affected on your default zone only. So I am going to show you one more example. Let me see the HTTP package install or not. RPM query HTTP. See, it's installed. Let me see whether service is running or not. It's not running. So I am going to start the service. Start HTTP D systemctl status HTTPD. See, it's running. Now I am going to enable it both times. So systemctl enable and HTTPD. So it's creating a link. Now see whether I am able to access the web page or not. It must be accessible because I am working on that machine only. Now let me try from client side. (192.168.10.254). See, it's not able to retrieve the web page. Let me try on this side. 192.168.10.254. See, but it's able to access the resource of FTP server. because of the firewall only. Let me show you. See, HTTP is not there. Now I am adding HTTPD service. Firewall happen CMD, happen permanent, happen add, happen service. I am writing HTTPD. Sorry, HTTP. Firewall happen CMD, happen reload. And if you wish to view the list, whether it's added or not, see it's added. Now if I will hit the enter on the same website, see it's appearing. So in this manner, you can, let me show you. You can add a service, you can remove a service. So this is a basic of firewall. In the next video, I will let you know how to configure firewall in an advanced way. See, this is a basic how you will add a service, how you will remove a service. In the same manner, if you wish, you can add a port as well. Let me show you an example. Firewall happen CMD, happen permanent. If you wish to add it permanently, and happen add and press tab. See, here is a add forward port is there. Let me show you example of add forward port first. Add forward port. I am writing 22 and I am writing 2 port. I am writing here 7878. See, there is something missing. Let me see what is missing here. I need to check it out, or I will let you know in the next video. So actually what we are doing currently, we were adding a port. So the command will be firewall happen CMD happen add, I am writing happen permanent, happen add, happen port, and the port number, whatever port number you wish to add. I am writing here suppose 389. This is a port of LDAP. Let me verify it. See, all the services information is listed in the etc services file. etc and services 389. Let me grab LDAP only. I think this is a port of LDAP. I am sure, but let me verify. See, it's a port number of LDAP. So TCP. So now it will add a port. Firewall happen CMD happen reload, and firewall happen CMD happen list all. So in this manner you can add a port. So if you wish to remove a port, the command will be firewall CMD happen permanent happen remove port and 389/TCP. You need to reload now it should disappear from the list. So this is how you will basically manage firewall. I will let you know more about firewall in next video. So this is for the day. Hope you will enjoy. The information will be valuable to you, and wish you a happy Holi. Thanks a lot for watching my video. See you.